Yeah, we're gonna nerd out on this episode because we lack a little bit of tech in How to Kill an Hour. And we're gonna talk about E3, which is like a massive electronics event happening in the West Coast. Shout out to all the people that are out there enjoying themselves. We've got the internet, which means we have all the information you have moments after you. So yeah, that's what this episode is going to be about.
You serious?
So yeah, we just wrapped How to Kill an Hour. We even done a Tinder tell before. Well, a lot of recording today, a lot of episodes to get out. E3 is happening this weekend over in the West Coast, LA. Instead of sending Billy all the way out there at great expense, we've got Billy to go on the interweb and get some information about E3. I know Funk's been up on a few bits that have been going on down there as well, ain't it, Funk?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Is it looking like an exciting E3 for you so far?
I'm trying to kind of gauge the titles that I know about already. So, I mean, the most recent title that's kind of leaped out at me is the new Arkham Knight title, because obviously I've been
what?
Around. Yep.
No, bro, I'm a Batman fan.
Yeah.
I thought the last. Very, very, very close to a lot of records stopping in a dancehall venue with what I just said there. Bruv, I love Batman games.
Yeah.
You know I love Sherlock Holmes. They're my two favourite superheroes because they're the world's best detectives.
Well, you'll be happy to hear that Arkham Knight, Batman Arkham. Is it Arkham Knight, Billy?
Batman Arkham VR.
Yeah. So obviously,
that's what I want to hear.
PlayStation are making leaps and bounds forward to the whole virtual reality technology, and they've got their headset launching. I think it's coming out this year or next year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the headset is being released October 13th this year.
Yeah.
Going to cost £350.
Ooh, so
Billy even sounds like he's over. Doesn't Billy sound like he's overseas right now?
Yeah, he's overseas.
What's the weather like over there, Bill?
It's a lot better than it is in England.
Sorry, you're not coming through clear, Bill. You said you got to give it. No, you got to give it the delay, like you're actually in the West Coast.
Billy's like Trisha Takanawa. You want Trisha Takanawa?
Yeah. Billy, you got to count to 3 in your head after you ask your question. Every time you ask your question, count to 3 seconds. It sounds like natural delay, and we'll do the same to you. And you can pretend that Billy's over in the West Coast. So we just gone through to Billy now in the West Coast. How's it out there, Bill?
How's the audio levels? Can you hear me?
Yes. All right, cool. Anyway, so Arkham VR, bruv.
Yeah, Arkham VR. So that is one of the big titles that leapt out of me because I was blown away by the Arkham Knight game of the trilogy.
Sick.
And
Sick game.
So I mean, PS4 are really committed to this virtual reality headset.
Yep.
They're making you believe in the money that you're going to throw down for it, the £350 in October, by putting out some heavy titles with it. So I don't know. I wasn't too hot on the idea of the whole virtual reality headset kind of thing. I don't want some big cumbersome helmet on my head. But if you're putting out titles like that, if they chuck a FIFA game with there, probably maybe FIFA 18, I might be more inclined to part with my cash.
Okay, what was it? What was it saying? The game, like gameplay wise, what made it VR?
50 titles being released.
But what made
on release days? 50 titles being released.
What made the? So have you seen any of Batman?
No, I haven't seen the images, and that's what I was to say. So I think with that game, they're at a level where they can just announce the title and people could be like,
okay, so they're not showing us anything.
No. It's a bit like the obviously the Final Fantasy 7 reboot. They really didn't need to put out the trailer, which they did this year. I mean, it had a lot of interest from even when they were talking about it on the blogs and whatnot. But when they released the trailer, I think around about Easter this year, people have been going absolutely ape shit.
Okay,
I'm flicking through the titles and nothing really jumps out at me at the moment. I reckon it's one of these things going to be like, when time goes on, it's going to evolve into something good.
Yeah. So you reckon they just threw titles names out there?
Yeah.
And they'll make the game afterwards. Because this has happened before. Like rumors had it with certain launch titles for the last set of consoles. There were games that we saw clips of, which were just clips, and people went, "Oh my gosh, is that a game?"
Yeah.
And then like developers went, "Yeah, it's a game," and they made the game afterwards. So it could be that. Because I got really excited there.
Yeah.
And like, if it's anything, the VR experience, anything like the HTC Vive that me and Nick Bright did.
Yeah.
It's another episode. Go back and check that out. Where I think it's the last one. No, not the last one with Nick Bright. The one before that we checked out HTC Vive. If it's an experience like that, like that sort of VR where you get handheld things which are in the VR world with you.
Yeah.
And you don't need to necessarily move around as much, but there's lots of mobility in it.
Yeah.
You can use it in a realistic sized living room.
I think PlayStation's
Touching on that, the PlayStation VR is the least high spec of the 3 main headsets.
Oh, really?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
It's just like the bottom of the rung,
Mm-hmm.
like the like the Nintendo of the 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Because the Vive
yeah.
and the Rift are better VR options.
Okay, well, we'll see though. Like, well, you know what? Like, good that you said Nintendo, Billy, because I was thinking Nintendo Wii was like so. It's still not like the most technologically advanced thing out of all the consoles. But that console, the first Wii was a sick Wii bowling.
Yeah.
Try to tell me you didn't break that out at a house party and everyone wasn't enjoying that. That was a sick ass game.
Yeah.
And that console,
Because they cleaned up in that niche market of bringing your friends
Fun.
around and games for them. You know,
yeah, it was sick. All right, cool, interesting. If I'm honest, I've not been across E3 like I usually am. The only thing I can bring to the table, I think Billy might have mentioned this to me anyway, is a new I know PS4 Neo
Yep.
is going to be like the new PS4 console.
Yep.
The rumor I've heard about is that it's going to have full 4K output. Probably source up the rest of the insides as well. And I was thinking, wow, like me and Funk are always like Team PS4.
Yeah.
And you know that like out your mates, it's either Team PS4 or Team Xbox One. Yeah. So I was like, right, PS4 making those chess moves already.
Yeah.
But Billy, what is it you told me earlier on that was like kind of switched up or balanced the books?
There's Xbox announced two consoles.
Yep. I saw that.
E3.
You announced one, I announced
Xbox One S is a smaller version of the console, about 40% smaller. Power brick built in, 2 terabyte storage, and 4K output.
two. Okay.
Why do I feel like Microsoft are kind of going into that Apple market of
S?
Yeah, S. We're not going to give you an iPhone just 6. We'll give you 6S before you give you the 7. And it's just,
However, there's another console coming out in 2017, holiday 2017.
okay.
It's called Xbox Scorpio. It's the most powerful console known to man.
Yeah.
Listen, I can't
The
lie.
most
8
powerful.
core, 8 core CPU, 6 teraflop GPU. I don't know what these numbers mean, but apparently they're really
A
good.
teraflop. You know what though?
Yeah.
Whoever named that console is a straight up gangster. He was drinking tequila when he just took a shot of tequila and went, we're going to call it the Scorpio.
So technically it's going to be
Xbox
Xbox
Scorpio.
1.5 and PS4.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then now everyone's doing an Apple on us. They're not giving us the next console or the next thing. They're going upper level.
Yeah.
Do you think who announced first? Was it PS4 or Xbox?
PS4 was just rumored, pretty strong rumors.
Okay.
But there's actually images of the Xbox S I've seen.
Xbox S, but there is an Xbox Scorpio, which is different.
Okay. But
Was
there's
it-
no images of that yet.
what does it look like?
Okay.
What does it look like? Xbox S.
It's
Xbox
white.
One S. Oh
Yeah.
wow! It's actually it's on the Xbox website. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
So it could be a case of we're in. You know, it's weird. We're at a time now where people can say stuff is coming out before it's even coming out.
Yeah. And I feel like the one criticism I was seeing in the timeline of E3 is that a lot of people were congratulating and applauding and giving ovations for nothing really.
Yeah.
It was a lot of hearsay and rumor that people were getting excited about. And I feel like it's kind of getting to that stage now where the news seems to be bigger than the actual product.
Well,
It's a hype machine.
Think about it. We're a business. Yeah,
Yep.
we've got a mill. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
they have loads more games companies. We've got a mill to spend on new developments. Yeah.
Mhm.
Would we rather develop something to show people,
Mm.
or would we just develop some trailers and see which one got everyone the most gassed, and then just use that, and then use the rest of the money to make a game? Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you do the latter, innit? Like,
Yeah.
you'd be like, well, let's show them free, like, high quality trailers or free, like, walkthroughs that aren't even bits of gameplay.
Yeah.
Like walkthroughs, whatever gets everyone gassed
Yeah.
the most. Like, look how much the Division changed before it came out, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch the first ever bits of Division gameplay,
Yeah.
compared to the actual game,
Yeah.
bro,
It's funny you actually
so
mention
much
that
changed.
because Street Fighter 5 has
Yeah.
only just now got its story mode. And when it was released, it didn't have a story mode. But it was released, people complained that the story mode wasn't there, and they've kind of put that in. Some people are a bit iffy about that. It's like, why are you putting out an unfinished product?
There we
But
go.
it seems like they can do that now. If you get to the size of a brand like Capcom is or PlayStation, they can kind of take those risks. And
It's a new thing. It's
Yeah.
staggered releasing, and it's like to go off something that's not E3. You're right, Funk. Hitman
Yeah.
We get that in chapters now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas back in the day, you just get the whole game to
Yep,
to,
yep.
to smash, but now they're saying no, you get a chapter at a time, and we kind of just like accept it as normal. At the same time, I'm thinking, hang on, I paid for a whole game, shouldn't I get a whole? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
don't mind chapters
Yeah.
because I'm like cool because I got other things to do. But if you're
Yeah.
like a gamer,
Yeah.
imagine they gave you Fallout 4 and was like, yeah, you get a couple levels
Yeah.
every few weeks.
It seems like gaming is kind of reflecting the whole TV series.
Yeah,
Kind of like
yeah.
you don't get the everything all in one go
Yeah.
unless you kind of got your Netflix. But even then, it's chapter based. But they know with strong TV titles like Game of Thrones,
Make
if
you
it's
wait,
good
yeah.
enough, people will wait. They
Make
have
you
to.
wait, yeah. That sort of like, this chapter drops when we're ready for, when you're ready for us to drop it. Interesting, man. And gaming, I don't know. Gaming could what if other things did that? Like, what if we saw trailers for films that didn't exist yet, or maybe we have already? I don't know.
Yeah.
Imagine that we're a development company, we're a film company. Again, we got a bill, yeah.
Yeah.
And we go, right, we can either spend a bill developing a film and making a
Yeah.
trailer, or let's just make trailers and see what gets everyone the most gassed, and then make the film off the back of it.
Yeah.
How to Kill an Hour first. Anyway, that's all I had to bring to the table was the console talk. Billy, I know you got loads of info. What's happening, bruv? What's happening out there?
E3.
You still with us, Billy?
Yep. Oh. Yep, I'm still good.
Okay, yeah.
E3 for me was a little bit underwhelming, but WWDC, so Apple's General Developers Conference,
Yeah.
basically there's no hardware announced, it's all software based.
Okay.
They announced some pretty cool things. They're not really like, wow, to get guessed about. It's just like, oh, that's quite cool.
Okay.
But they could nonetheless. Siri is now on Mac, so on the new Mac update, the Siri is going to be up on there, so you can just push a button and it'll be like, Siri, please make it work.
Is that out now? Do I need to update
And this
my
is on
Mac now?
10.
Sorry?
This is on 10. Is this iOS 10?
This is the Mac software. This is Mac software. This isn't iOS 10.
So this is on what? El Capitan then?
They're changing it. It's not
Okay.
going to be called L whatever. It's just going to be called
Okay,
Mac OS
so the new OS X after El Capitan is going to have Siri on there.
on it. Yep.
Okay.
And they're opening up Siri to developers, which basically means, in layman's terms, someone can fuck around with it.
So that means it could be like. So that means we're going to be seeing a Siri that's got like attitude, more fun.
Yeah,
you can up.
Siri can just developers can just fuck around with Siri.
So does that mean? So that means that we could see Siri integrated into different things,
Yeah.
like Netflix searches, like can properly work, like
Yeah.
with other because I know Siri works with Apple stuff. Like it will open an app.
Yeah.
But I could say now, Siri, open Spotify and play this, and then open Google Maps afterwards. You know, like Siri can only take one command at the moment,
Yeah.
but developers maybe could tweak shit like that and do stuff
Maybe
like
just
that.
do better than Apple. Just depends on who the developers are.
There is a
Interesting.
worrying aspect of this though. If you open up a powerful AI to third-party developers, what they could do, what they could do with that, what they could do with that power, Billy? Do you know?
Hey.
They might even be able to keep your voice recordings.
Oh shit! Imagine that. Like you
Yeah.
wake up one day and someone goes, "Billy, I want £1,000 in my account at the end of the day." Why? Siri, search noodles and porn. Noodle porn, Siri.
Billy is not phased.
Oh, yo,
Quick
bit-
typing on your phone. You know Apple when you do the predictive text, it isn't
Yep.
that great.
Yep.
It's now going to get better.
Okay.
Let's read the line here. Apple is now using deep learning and AI to make smarter suggestions using Apple's QuickType keyboard.
What's
Yeah,
deep?
man, like-
what is deep learning?
Deep learning means that, like iPhone, I'm never ever going to tell a girl that I want to duck her. Yeah. So why are you changing that word into duck? Yeah.
If someone texts you asking for a specific email, for instance,
Yeah.
Siri can look through your contacts and pre-fill the email in a QuickType suggestion. Additionally, it can keep track of your availability through calendar and past locations searched online.
You know what? I wouldn't mind that. It hooks up to your calendar. You put in busy times. It puts your phone into do not disturb mode for those times and hits people back with a text saying, "Hey, I'm in a meeting." Like, "Hey, now I'm recording How to Kill an Hour."
That's interesting.
Du-du-du-du-du.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll hit you back afterwards.
So your personal PA.
I like that. Yeah.
This next one, Apple Music, is getting a bit of an overhaul. So it's not as colourful as it's going to go back to black and white. It's like Instagram has done.
Racist.
There's going to be new sections called Recently Added, so you can quickly access music.
Yeah.
So we've got this big ass retina display screen and they're going back to black and white. What is that? What the hell?
The only thing that I find with Apple Music, I got a little gripe with, is say you pre-order people to use Apple Music, you can pre-order an album,
Yep.
Yeah.
add it to your collection.
Yeah.
If you add a bunch more albums onto your thing, it goes away from recently added. So when that album comes out, you don't get notification the album's come out. You just have to know.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't. Well, when you didn't have that, it just goes straight into your phone.
Yeah. I mean, I've done it before. Obviously, when I pre-ordered Uncharted, and it would have been like, could be up to 6 weeks prior to it actually coming out, and unless I got the notification from Argos at the time, I wouldn't know. So I guess you do need that notification
to say that this album's out.
Yeah, exactly.
Or once in a while you get that early download.
Yeah.
That's always a bonus, isn't it?
Also, the phone app now comes with a voicemail transcription as standard, much like Google Voice. And the phone app can also automatically detect if a call might be spam, which I think is amazing.
Do you get a lot of spam calls?
I get a lot of spam calls trying to sell me PPI since my last car
Any
accident.
upgradings?
Yes, upgradings.
Do you need like...
Have you got any whiplash?
Yeah.
You got any pain? I like that, man. So that's
Have you had a fall recently?
Yeah.
This last one, which I think is quite big, the messages on your phone, on iMessage is getting a big old revamp.
Oh,
There's different size message bubbles. So if you want to say, oh,
For the
congratulations,
visually impaired, probably.
you say congratulations and you send it, and I don't know, they didn't really describe how you do it, but they showed a video on it.
Yeah.
The message comes up onto your screen and it fills the screen saying congratulations, and it just goes back to normal size.
Hey.
So they're basically animated.
Yeah.
A bit like when you have a birthday on Twitter and the balloons kind of fall down the screen. Yeah.
Or if you're going to make it really small, whisper the message really small. They have one invisible message. So
DM slider alert.
It looks like you ain't put your glasses on, it's all blurred, but then you just run your finger across it and it makes it all readable then.
Okay.
So-
Invisible message.
Can we expand on that? Like, so it can only be encrypted or decrypted rather by
a swipe, just a finger swipe.
okay,
Okay.
but a finger swipe of. So if you were to send me one of these invisible messages, only I could.
Oh no, the encrypted is a bit of a bad word
Okay.
used on the script, but it's what I could use to describe what it was.
Oh, okay.
It's just like,
I was getting excited there.
no, it's just like a funny,
Yeah.
it's just scrambled up. Do you know when you see on TV where someone's got faces all mushed up?
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that, and you just move your finger across.
Yeah.
So for players,
You know what's funny? Because the last update, there was talk of passcodes for photos and messages, like the apps, the individual apps on the iPhone, but they never brought it out. They never developed
they've
it.
done that.
So you'd actually go into your iPhone, you'd unlock that section, but within the pictures, there would be like a second tier of security.
that has existed in jailbroken iPhones before.
Really?
Yeah. So you can develop that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. But Apple have just said no, like the phones. Maybe it's an argument say that their phone's secure enough without it, or
Yeah.
maybe they just aren't that paranoid.
Maybe the NSA said no already.
Also,
Hey.
you can now delete
Yep.
standard apps on your phone. So
Ah,
you don't want to
hallelujah.
use app, you can get rid of it.
Yeah, man.
Say
Hey,
that
that's
one,
that's
I don't
not
need that.
good.
Get rid of it.
I don't need that podcast app.
I don't need that calculator.
Yeah.
You can use handwriting on it if you're
Sick.
that way inclined. You can
Nice.
write handwriting.
Okay.
Nice.
There's a bunch of other things, but I didn't.
What's that
find
about emojis?
Do you know when you send an emoji on
Yeah.
Facebook Messenger?
Yeah.
It's quite big.
Yeah.
It's just the same in iMessage.
So that means bigger purple dingalings flying around in the DMs. Yes. But yeah, we've been nerding out for a bit. So yeah, that's it, bro. Thanks, Bill. There's going to be more shit to talk about next week, though,
I
innit?
hope my microphone was on.
It was very good. All right, Billy. So will we speak to you next week when you're back?
I think we lost
No,
Billy.
we've lost Billy. We'll, when he's back in next week, we'll be able to catch up with him properly.
Yep. I'll be back.
Thanks, cheers, Bill. Thanks, Bill. And then you know what? Like he starts saying something, they cut him off. Where's in football, innit? They're like, yeah, basically, yeah. Thank you very much, Dave.
Over to the weather.
Yeah. On to the weather now. Yeah. But yeah, we'll be back next week. So yeah, it's How to Kill an Hour. I've been Marcus Bronzy.
I've been Funk Butcher.
I've been producer Bill.
I see you done it too quickly.
Producer Will.
I've been Marcus Bronzy.
I've been Funk Butcher.
And I've been producer Bill.
Cheers, thank you very much. Bless.